parallel structures. Let me talk about the general. The general was out of line. If my name was Cyril Ramaphosa and I was a president, I would tell him he's retiring on the 31st of December and somebody is taking over on the 1st of January and name that person. Here is why. There is a culture in South Africa, and I will talk about the corruption and the mismanagement in the armed forces because we have to lay the facts bare on the table because people don't pay attention, South Africans generally, when we discuss these things in parliament, right? Generals or army officers are not supposed to make political statements at all. What the general said in Iran can be said by Angie Motshekga, not him. That Angie is spineless and does not want to deal with the issue. Does not mean she is correct. She herself is wrong. And if I was a president, I would also dismiss her as defense minister due to unsuitability and having zero strategic awareness, like the general, who has zero strategic awareness, who has zero diplomatic maturity, who thinks he is a politician when he is not. There was nothing urgent that required the general to go to Iran. Why is that interaction important? We have $3.2 billion of trade with the United States annually. With Iran, I think it's about $160 million. It's peanuts. Pakistan and Ronald Lamola are busy trying to save South African jobs. The US and Iran are enemies. What does this general do? He goes there, he runs his mouth because he has no strategic awareness whatsoever, undermining the work that Pakistan and Ronald Lamola are doing. Why would he do that? There is a feeling by South Africans that he's a general, he should be able to say anything. Nonsense. That's ill discipline. He must be fired. And it's not the first time the defense forces have gone rogue. There was a head of the Navy who blamed Treasurer for the state of the army. I can give you chapter and verse about how those people have run the army to the ground. Those people who buy obsolete equipment, who are fixing an old ship so that it can sail to Cuba for diplomatic relations. Diplomacy is not their job. Why are they fixing the SAS Drakensberg to go to Cuba? To do what? Why are we training doctors in Cuba? Why do we have technicians from Cuba when we've got top-notch engineering training here in South Africa? These are the people that are taking those stupid decisions in the army, and we must mollycoddle them when they waste taxpayers' money and they go and say stupid things overseas. I would retire that guy. He's out of line. He's ill-disciplined. He is incapable of running the defense forces. They've got the worst audit outcome record of any government department for years by a long stretch. And they refuse to accept civilian oversight. And they use the term civilian in derogatory tones within the defense force. I know it. I get full briefings from the Auditor General, confidential briefings too. The army is a mess and those people have destroyed it. And this guy is going to make political statements overseas. It is a factor of how much the president has allowed people to act with impunity under his watch that we have a situation like this. That's the problem. He should fire that guy and hire someone else. And that person should not be somebody who was with MK who thinks he's a politician when he's supposed to be a professional soldier. These people don't know how to run a professional army. That's a fact. If you took the trouble to talk to mid-rank officers who joined the army after 1994, they eventually leave because those people promote each other and they are useless. So no, we must call a spade a spade. We must call a spade a spade. The country has gone to the dogs because we don't call a spade like this. And Angie herself for defending that guy after having initially said she knew nothing about it. If she knew nothing about it and the president knew nothing about it, what is she defending? Does she want to be defense minister or not? So I'm sorry, I am not backing down on that one. I get the briefings. I see what's happening in the defense force. I can show you pictures where the uniform does not look the same. When they had the military exercises in Luhatla, they couldn't even bring mobile toilets. The people were taking a dump in the field. Soldiers were taking a dump in the field because they had no toilets. And he's busy making political statements and undermining the interests of the country. We can't have that. I'm sorry. The